A while back, I asked y'all for the names of people you would like to see me fictionally unalive. Several people put X's on the list, and this is for all of y'all. This is called the execution machine. Claudia presses the button that opens the gate. Behind it, the men huddle, dirty and reeking from their time in the pen. They blink uncertainly in the sudden light. Their mouths open, and then they start calling out, so used to being listened to, taken seriously, heard. Claudia turns up the volume on her phone, and the pulsing music she's listening to drowns them out. She watches their lips flap. This new world has no space for toxic men and their history of suppression, abuse, and enslavement. Claudia motions the first man forward. He comes with head bowed. She enjoys his submission. Reluctantly, she removes an earbud. Name? Gary, he says, not meeting her eyes. She sees the marks from a whip over his shoulders. None of them come in cowed, but a few hours with Madame Clara often does the trick. She marks his name off the checklist she carries. Move forward, she directs him, and he goes, hesitating only briefly before pushing through the hanging strips of plastic that separate the open chute from the killing floor. She gestures the next man forward. Name? I'm JD, he says. Claudia marks off his name. Ah, you're the one who drove drunk with your kids in the car. His face works into a defensive expression. I don't deserve to be here. I need help. 3 strikes. She gestures him forward and reaches for the cattle prod on her belt when he doesn't step forward immediately. He glares at her and then goes. Name? He comes appropriately contrite, eyes down, shoulders hunched. He's missing fingers from his right hand, and Claudia knows why he's so submissive. Jason, he whispers, and moves forward without being told. Name? It's amazing how many there are every week. On one level, Claudia feels sorry for them, recognizing how deeply men are conditioned to be dominant, emotionless, even abusive. But this is a new world. There's no room for that here. The next one is still swaggering. He looks her in the eye, chin tilted back, using his height and weight. She fingers the cattle prod. Name, she says again. Y'all bitches all on the rag, he says. Everyone knows women are ruled by the moon. Claudia checks her notes. You must be Travis. She doesn't wait for him to reply, only jams the cattle prod against his thigh and zaps him a good one. His leg gives way, and she shoves him hard through the plastic doorway. Inside, the machine starts. In a moment, the floor will give way, and the screams will begin, and the men will slide down into the gaping metal jaws of the execution machine.